It is like we have awakened from a nightmare or a dream, often a trauma, and have access to a new world full of joy, happiness, peace, and love. For a brief moment, we feel connected or shown this wonderful world, but get back to the routine of searching, pleasing people, which takes us away from being spiritual. We suddenly become victims of society, conditioning, and focus on the illusion called reality. We were born a learning machine, no limits to experiencing life, but soon restricted by good and bad. How to behave or fit into society of selfishness, injustice, and feeling that we're overwhelmed. Our senses no longer feeling supported, loved, and suddenly subdued our creativity, passion, and love for life and our dreaming. We don't even imagine anymore because once you reach age 7, you no longer feel connected. You no longer realize that you have now started to create blocks, create situations that stops you from feeling connected. And so we move into a different world of illusions. We look at our flaws and why we don't look like others, our popularity, our needs and wants. We become separated by our own thoughts, perceptions, and illusions. We sabotage our life for a moment of attention or a moment of feeling part of everything. Fearful of not being accepted and loved. The fear separates us. We create our reality. We are vibrating that which is lack. No longer are we ignited by the love that we once had when connected to the universe, to heavens, to the energy within us. We bring to the surface our inner fears to experience, and soon our life is made up of illusions that haven't happened but think they may do, and eventually create. We see injustice, an enemy that is taking away our freedom. Blame others for our lack and not being perfect, and not having a perfect life, which is destroyed by our once dreamt of what we could be, what we could have. But really, we are fighting ourselves, fighting the universe, fighting against the flow, which helps us to be who we are, an energy with a vessel. We focus more on the vessel than feeding and nourishing the life within, that spark of imagination, dreaming and experiencing joy through our senses. The feeling of being alive and happy, but soon our routine kicks back in and we have lost that connection. We dream of that connection, and sometimes it takes a trauma to make us look at life a little bit different, take us out of that moment. And so suddenly we can see what the world is really about, that there is beauty in all, that there is nice people, kind people, caring, who really care about us, want to support us and love us. And so this brief glimpse of this new world is shown to us as we awaken, challenge, question the illusion. We have planted a seed of hope, reconnected to the source and soul and universe. Some may nourish and look for enlightenment. A journey starts. We get a sense of calling to be once more in this new world that is here around us. We just cannot access because our senses can't feel it. We can't see it. We're too busy feeding the lack. We're too busy trying to survive in that world that doesn't seem to care. We see more of the world and bring it to the surface of our insecurities and fears. And so they don't resonate with us any longer, which then causes us to not feel free. We then start to hold on to this pain and fear and worry, hold on to the vibration that stops us from aligning. Our thoughts and conditioning starts to be lost. A sea of abundance, love, and feeling of being supported. We have gone within for answers. Tear down that brick wall of pain and hurt and fear. This is part of the awakening does to us. It shows us the reality of life is illusion. We suddenly see the new world as we learn the lesson that sets us free. We've all been brought here with a path to release some of the negativity that is blocking people, that is hurting people, that's making people change. Their focus is on money, on greed, on hopefully being balanced and happy when they have everything that they think sets them free, that makes them happy. But this is the illusion. There's no point having money if you're not happy, because then whatever you feed the money, it will become. So if you've not enjoyed the journey of making the money, if it doesn't bring you freedom and peace and harmony, then it'll never will. It doesn't matter how much money you have. You suddenly realise that you spent your life working towards what? A hope and dream that wasn't your original dream. It might have been somebody else's dream. And so then you start to realise that you've actually stopped your life. You fear more of death when really you're not even living. We can automatically access this world more as our journey or spiritual path emerges. Then we are lost once more with a problem, a fear or worry that assumes our essence and makes us relive the nightmare we have created. But then another awakening with new energy, new ideas. Once again we are ignited by fellow soulmates and spiritual travellers who try to set us free once more, try to plant a seed of hope, try us to see a different world that's out there. But we often reject because our bodies are in pain. And to do this brings to the surface the pain and the traumas that we must release. And for some people, they cannot. It means that they don't feel in control of their lives if they have to realise that they've actually created, through their vibration, through their fear, through their perception, through their worries, a world that doesn't need to be the way it needs to be. Then suddenly the world disappears as injustice and pain comes to the surface, making us think it was a dream. The new world and people telling us to stop daydreaming and live in reality, like a robot suppressed from feeling for being alive. Instead of seeing an opportunity to let go, we hold on to this dream and sabotage ourselves once more with lack and focus on the lack within us. The calling once more hits us as we are ignited. But still, we believe these are false prophecies and being happy if do this and that, when really happiness comes from being happiness. Joy comes from being and enjoying life. We have to put and feed that which makes us feel alive. We have to walk and take that step to go on a journey. We can have that world if we are rich and successful, we think. Just one more fix, one more thing that will make us complete, when really we have the energy to be complete. We can have that world. We're just separating from it. For the universe reflects what we put to it. When we're aligned, we feel the universe, and the universe works with us. We struggle to recreate because we are feeding the illusion of lack. The calling was just to do it, to start your journey. but we got caught up in the illusion, hoping for another awakening or a shining knight to save us. But there's only us can save ourselves. And this is the truth of the word of the universe. But if we don't love ourselves, if we don't create or share passion or appreciate or be grateful, we cannot allow the connection to flow more, to see this world more, because we are not being who we are, because we are, and our part we play is lost in the illusion of conditioning. When if we be, the state of being, when we align our energies by doing the things that align with the universe, suddenly the world changes. We align with a new world. We feel alive, and then joy fills our body. Life seems to be working for us. Life is simple and less complicated. We don't fear, worry, or see lack, but replace it with beauty, dreams, and hope. It is then we find the moment. We no longer look to the past or future. We have found the answer in the moment. Then we enjoy, and the next moment we feel joy, and the next moment we feel joy, and soon we are expanding our energy into the automatic flow where we see beauty in all and want to experience as a learning machine once again, excited by life and opportunities. We're no longer frightened of living or dying. We haven't time to focus on that because we're too busy living. Problems are just solutions waiting to be answered by the universe at the right time. We just need to be patient and not feed this moment of lapse from the new world of being who we are. We see the one in all, that everything's good and bad is working to evolve us. We are enlightenment. We know everything is relative to the journey, and what we feed it or respond to it will create our world. We suddenly know that we can love life, we can be successful, and we can have joy and peace and happiness if we stop fighting ourselves from being who we are. All we have done is allowed the connection to flow, allowed the pure energy within us to resonate with everything, and automatically allowed mind, body, and soul to come together and work in harmony once again. Oneness is the cure. Unconditional love is the enlightenment. Everything is relative to creating an amazing person we are. We just got to stop fighting and be energy and aligns to ourselves and eventually becomes one with everything. I have created many videos to help you do that, and even miracle meditation to experience that. Enjoy.